Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you all? Everyone's cool. For the long weekend, we are here. Ahead of an week, uh, I think the worst week ever in a year, the last week of the year. And you can see the calendar around 10 a.m. Monday. That means today we have kind of pending home sales. Tomorrow we have FOMC around the PM session. Wednesday we have unemployment claim. Thursday is holiday. Friday is kind of no news day or something like that. So this is the weekly prediction for the coming week, and you can see this one holiday. This holiday can change everything. That means the impact of this holiday, you are going to see a lot over here. However, you know that in a week, last day of the week, that means the Friday, we called it Mental Preservation Day, Mental Capital Preservation Day, and I really don't know what to say the last week of the year. Uh, just remember, this is not only the last week of the year, last week of the month, last week of the week, last week of the year, and also kind of holiday. So it's always best to let this week go without trading, not even the paper trade, something like that. But we will try to read the market because until now, the December was not that much disappointed. At least we successfully framed some winning trade, even though we have framed some losing trade as well. But comparing to losing trade, winning trade was much higher. One day was bad. The whole December month, the one day was really bad. It was really bad, disaster. And this is the calendar for the last week. I really don't have anything to say about trading this week. It's your choice, your wish, brother. But all I can say, it's not an high probable time to trade. Just look at the calendar. This calendar itself is saying everything, showing everything. So please take a decision wisely how you're going to uh, trade in your funded account or challenge account or kind of paper trade, whatever you want to do. Just ask yourself, do you need to trade in this type of scenario where this is, you know that beforehand it's the lowest probable area to trade. So please ask this question to yourself. You will get your reply. Okay, I'm not saying this week is gonna be disaster. I'm not saying that there will be no good price action. I'm just saying prematurely we can say that this is not gonna be a good week to trade. Still, last call is your call, so please go for that. Okay. So today we don't have to need anything about the news because home sales doesn't have that much, kind of impact on Nasdaq market. So I really don't care about that news around 10. I'll If I get an opportunity, of course, I'll go for the trade around 9:59. I really don't care about this medium impact news. More importantly, the home sales. Home sales doesn't have any impact on Nasdaq market. And then tomorrow around the morning session, we don't need to worry about that because the morning session is the lowest probable session. The best time to trade is 7 a.m. New York local time to 8:30 a.m. New York local time. The AM session most probably is gonna be little bad, and the FOMC, after the FOMC, that means after 2 p.m. tomorrow, is gonna be a good day to trade. Wednesday, you are allowed to trade around the lunch hour as well because Thursday is holiday. Again, the last day of the year. Okay, Wednesday is the last day of the year. So again, whatever I'm going to say, this is all the lowest probable thing, and this is kind of 2080. That means whatever I'm going to predict, there is 20% opportunity it's gonna happen. 80% opportunity I'll be wrong because of the scenario. Okay, the time, the period. Okay, we are going to trade. However, again, I'm so sorry for spending a lot of time in this calendar, but just look at this calendar, take your decision. What do you think? Is this a good thing to trade or is it a good thing to let this week go? However, this is our live streaming page. You can see, I can see 42 people are watching, and how many likes did I get? 8 likes. I get 8 likes out of 42 people. Now, this is all I ask, guys. This is the last year, last time of the year, last period of the year, and I'm asking just the likes. So, guys, please push the like button. Let our channel spread worldwide. Okay, something like that. I will go to the chart after a bit before after reading some comment and like the greetings, and then we'll go for the chart to explain our expectation or everything according to the price action. But remember, whatever we are going to predict for this week, that's gonna be like 20% possibility that's gonna happen. But again, every time I say that and then we frame a good trade. So if it is a good trade, of course, that's good luck for us. So I would say if I'm lucky, I'll get good trade. If I'm not lucky, I'm not going to get good trade. According to ICT himself, don't trade December and January until second week of February. It's not a it's not it's like it's not a good opportunity. Okay, so when there will be second week of February, I hope we are going to get back our price action again, and we'll be able to read the market so precisely. I mean by the ICT concepts. Okay. So let's see who is over here. Guys, please let me know who is over here. I can see RX is here. Good morning, brother. Good morning. How are you? Hello, Mod, FL Trader. Good morning, brother. Everyone is enjoying. I hope so, brother. And how are you, FL Trader? Please let me know. Hey, Sophia. Good morning, sister. Thanks for the penguin. Okay. Universal Apex 90% discount. Okay, Apex has 90% off. The code is T2T. The all account size is gonna cost $19.60. Good area to test your trading. That means if you buy like 250K account or 300K account by $19.60, forget about the activation fees. Try to pass them. Try to like feel the real market. Okay, because sometimes when we trade the paper trade, and if you are not experienced enough, you will never feel the market, you will never feel the real taste of trading. So it's always better to spend a little money to understand or to feel the market. And in my opinion, this is the really a great opportunity to buy some account by the lowest amount of money, like $20 for for kind of 300K account. Okay, so there will be a huge buffer, and you will be able to manage your trade or everything. Like you can test yourself how you feel when you take a losing trade. If you blow the account, it's gonna cost like $20 only. I think it's a great, really a great opportunity to feel the market, to feel the pain, feel the blowing account, or feel the losing trade, how you are going to excited or like emotionless while you are taking a winning trade, a perfect trade, when you are going to set up this and you are going to execute that trade according to your plan. So all of these feelings, you should actually feel it before entering to this in this business or taking this business so seriously. You have to feel all of these things, and I think it's a really great opportunity to go for Apex. $19.60, and the code is T2. Sujivan, good morning, brother. FL Trader, don't forget code T2T. Yeah, thank you, brother, for reminding them. Bom dia, Jamil. Muito bem. Tudo bem, brother? Amigo. Hey, Dora. Good morning, brother. Sister, how are you? Thanks for the penguin. We have to place at least one micro lot trade in order to keep our account active. Thank you, brother, for letting me know that. And yeah, of course, if you have the funded account, again, I'm not saying not to trade to your funded account. I'm just saying it's better not to trade your funded account. But if you'd love to keep that account alive, you have to place a trade. So just go for one micro contract, wait for a perfect setup by the week, and then place that order. I think it's a like win-to-win situation. If you even take a loss, it's gonna cost like $15 to $16, $20 loss. So it doesn't matter actually. Just to keep your funded account alive. However, again, I'm not saying don't trade. I'm not saying go for the trade. I'm just asking you, ask yourself, should you trade? Okay. The FOMC's only meetings, no rate announcement shouldn't be that much impactful. Absolutely. You have to just be careful around 2 p.m. So the new scandal, you have to just be careful. And after 201, you can start trading again. Ah, it's empty. What is empty, brother? Good morning, Teza. Greg, good morning. Thank you, Greg, for being here. And Teza also. Sharada, hello, sir. How are you, sir? Hey, Livingstone. Good morning, brother. I feel today in well, thank you. I'm still out of town, but I can't miss today. Thank you, Eiffel Trader. Okay, I will actually talk about that inside the price sections around 10:30. I'll start to talk about that. I also don't want to miss that because last time I tried my level best to connect through that Discord. Still, it is not working. I'm not able to speak through the Discord. I just don't know, maybe kind of technical issues. So I will, of course, man, I'll talk about that through our live just around 10 a.m. But because like I need to finish the price action reading. If I go into that, I won't be able to finish the pre-market analysis. Thank you. Good night, GN, actually, for being over here, man. And Alex. Thank you so much, guys, for being over here. And rest of all, whoever is here, please let me know by commenting hi, hello, or anything. Okay, it's not like letting me know as well as letting the algorithm to know that this account is active, this channel is active, this is your channel and your channel is active. So this is your duty, your rights, you should spread the channel by commenting and giving the likes. The calendar is almost empty for the week. Absolutely, sir. Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of absolutely like kind of empty. However, I really don't want to go, or should I go? Okay, I'll go from the beginning and let me go first. So this is the dealing range. This low has cleared that low. This high has cleared that high or all of the highs. So this is the dealing range high, dealing range low, 50%, lower quadrant, upper quadrant, and like propulsion block. Sorry, not propulsion block. Sorry, rejection block, all-time high, going to predict new all-time high. However, I really don't want to see this market to keep falling. But yeah, of course it can fall. I would love to see how it is going to react with these weak quadrant levels. Then start to go higher. It will be clear to you when I'll be in a lower time frame. Right now, I'm not bearish. I'm extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. I even don't want to see that it will come back again to this equilibrium area of this dealing range. I also don't want to see that. But of course, it can maximum fall for that quadrant level of that week before going higher. Though I don't want to see that. However, this is the last period of the year, so it can happen as well. We'll see how it is going to react. Now, around this area, you can see all of these buy side liquidity, just not going to mark them because later I'll mark them if it is needed. Right now, you can see here, there is an volume imbalance plus a fair value gap. So in that specific day, I wanted to see if it can fall a bit more and then start to go higher. So it didn't actually do that. Instead of that, it has traded this small volume imbalance, which is the old week opening gap or the last week opening gap, and then come back until here, then rejecting like this today's candle so far, open, bit manipulation, then keep falling. Here, there is a new week opening gap and this fair value gap. Of course, it can trade any of this area. I have no problem with that. I really don't want to see that. I would love to see it will keep going higher, like around 9:30. It will just start to go higher, something like that. If it happens, I'll be very happy. If it keep falling, I'll let the fall go uh, before going higher. I'll just let all the sell go. Then I will go for the buy. So no sell is valid to me from the daily time frame. It doesn't mean that from 1 minute chart I have seen something I can't move or I can't go for the sell. We'll talk about that everything just a bit later. Okay. So here this is that dealing range from the daily chart, and if you guys remember, like this dealing range, I told that this market should not come to this small fair value gap. Let me actually mark that one more time for you guys. Those people who are not here, don't ask think that this is hindsight. It is all explained beforehand. While this market was falling, that 50% line was my maximum line to fall before going higher. So in that specific day, I was extremely wrong, even though we have framed some selling opportunity, but the bias was absolutely wrong over here to me. And I told that I really don't want to see this guys is coming, the market is coming to this fair value gap with the volume imbalance. Even if it come to this volume imbalance, it will sorry, this fair value gap or this candle top, this candle high, that candle low, there's a very small gap. I just added the volume imbalance with this gap. Even if it come to this top of this gap, it should not come to this line, which is the lower quadrant of this dealing range. I really didn't want to see that, so market actually reversed from there so beautifully and then come around here, respecting from there, fall a bit. There is that gap. I am now interested to look for this leg over here. So I'm not interested about that leg anymore because market has already all of this price action is inside this leg. Now we are going to trade through 1 minute chart. So do you understand? 1 minute chart is inside this leg. Now my interest to see where is this leg situated. This leg is situated in this price action over here. If I go from to the top to the bottom, this is the leg. So if it wanted to keep falling, for example, market is not bullish, it is more interested to fall, so it can maximum go until this equilibrium, then it could keep falling. When it came to this upper quadrant level or the higher level or the extremely premium, I'm not interested to see it will keep falling or it will come back again around this area. So again, it can maximum fall until this equilibrium to that specific leg before going higher. Of course, it can come here, but I'm not interested to talk about this leg anymore. I'm more interested to talk about this new leg. In this new leg, because all of this price action is in this leg, higher by I mean buy side liquidity over here. I don't have any sell side liquidity. Market is inside that leg, so this candle is inside that leg. So all of this price action or dealing range is important for me from this leg. Now from the daily chart, it's not important at all. But when I'll go to my lower time frame, you'll be able to see this is the leg we are going to work. I'm coming to 4 hour chart, and in this 4 hour chart, if I remove this. In this 4 hour chart, if you see, this is that low that has cleared all of these lows, has been cleared by that low, and this is the high that has cleared all of this high, left this buy side liquidity open over here. That is that buy side liquidity is my interest to see market is going to create or take, so not create, is going to take. You can see this is the low, this is the high of the dealing range. So in this dealing range, if I am bullish, I will never expect this market to fall until this lower quadrant area of this dealing range. So if this market really would love to go higher, take that buy side liquidity, it should not come to this area. If it come here, for example, by in here it come, then it can be a long-term consolidation. This is the highest probability, or it will trade like take this low over here around this area. If it happens, all the explanation from the higher time frame, daily chart, weekly chart is gonna be changed. But right now, I'm just not interested to see it will come here. Instead of that, I can maximum allow this market to fall until this equilibrium, and then I will let the market go to the top or for the buy side liquidity. Remember, this is the maximum fall this market can do. Okay, the maximum fall means it can start to reverse from here and go for this buy side liquidity. But if it would love to decide keep falling, how far maximum it can fall, this is the dealing range, this is the equilibrium. Maximum fall can be until here, and then market will go for this buy side liquidity. This leg I'm not going to trade, so maybe the whole day today market is bearish. I'm not interested to trade this leg because I really don't know how far it will fall. It can simply fall until this volume imbalance. See this volume imbalance, which is the old week opening gap or the last week opening gap. You can simply trade this volume imbalance, keep going higher, or maybe it will keep falling, keep falling until the 50% equilibrium to this specific fair value gap aligned with the breaker block that has been already used. This breaker block has been already used, but still this gap is aligned with this breaker block, so it can maximum fall until here before going higher for this buy side liquidity. I'm gonna let this fall go. I'm not interested to touch this fall. I'll let this go. Now again, I'm saying I'm going to let this fall go. It doesn't mean that from 1 minute chart I'm not able to frame any kind of sell. So when I'll be in 1 minute chart, it's gonna be much more clear. So when I'm in higher time frame, what is my expectation? My expectation market is going higher. So my expectation that fall, I just don't have any idea where this fall is gonna stop. Is it going to stop here, here, or here, or it's coming here? I have no idea. So I'm not interested to catch that fall. Instead of that, I would love to wait for this fall to finish and then we'll go for the buy. Okay, from the 4 hour chart. Now coming to 1 hour chart, I'm going to remove this area. Just remember this small gap, the maximum line this market can fall over here around this area from the both 4 hour chart, hourly chart, and also this breaker block. All of these things can maximum fall until that area. Okay, so now this leg we have already talked about. So from here we know that this market can maximum fall until this area. From 4 hour chart we already know that it can maximum fall over here. So predict how we are going to do that. Just like think like that way. This market around 9:30 came here. Okay, so this is the high, this is the low. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna mark high to the low. Maybe it came until here. Okay, just for the sake of this conversation, wherever it is going to fall maximum, then this is the lower quadrant. When this market is gonna close above this area, this is my highly potential buying opportunity around this area, at least until this 50%. That means I'm still not sure this market will go higher or not. It can simply trade the equilibrium, then keep falling. It can happen. Okay, so even if I'm not sure about the direction, I'm able to catch that leg from here to here if this market provide me that opportunity. Or what else can happen, this market can keep going higher and come here without giving me any buying opportunity. What else can happen, it can come directly for this high, like one-sided run. Okay, so this is very rare, to be honest. It never happens. Like there will be some kind of retracement, of course. So wherever we are going to get that retracement, we are going to catch that leg, okay, over here. However, this is the so far idea. Again, I really don't know how far this market will fall. That's why I'm not interested to frame the sell. I'll let the sell go. I'll better go for the buy only, not interested to catch the sell. But if I know that, sorry, not if, I know that this market can maximum fall until this area. So all of this fall, I'll let them go, and then I'll start to frame the buying opportunity either from this volume imbalance or from this fair value gap. Any of this area, I'll look for the buy. Instead of this area, I'm not interested to look for any kind of buy. So if this market starts to reverse from here, I'm not interested to catch that buy until this market is not going to build any kind of bullish fair value gap or some kind of high time frame PDRA, anything. Okay, I need some kind of bullish PDRA. It's a random level to me over here. It's a very random level to me. I need either this gap or the volume imbalance should be traded, which is last week new week opening gap, or from here I would love to look for the buy. Coming to 15-minute chart, I'm looking for buying opportunity. Now if you look on your left, you'll be able to see that all of this messy price action over here. Okay, so I really don't have anything good to mark around this area to mark the fair value gap or something like that. Of course you can go for that. I'm more interested to look for some kind of gap prior to 9:30. That is important to me. So you can see here I have this buy side liquidity, relatively equal highs over here. I have some buy side liquidity here. I have shown this to you. Now I'm going to mark this buy side liquidity. The extreme buy side liquidity is not important to me, but this small or internal buy side liquidity is very important to me. Remember, by the contract change, you will be able to see clean highs over there. Nobody traded this contract while this market was printing the candles over here. So these candles or the information is not right. Change your contract to NQZ 2025. You'll be able to see there is so beautiful buy side liquidity around this area. However, this market came until here, and you can see this high over here and that high, another buy side liquidity from the 15-minute chart. Now if you want, you can mark this buy side liquidity as well if you want. Okay, again, I'm not interested to mark it. I'll just keep this extreme buy side liquidity, but you can mark this buy side liquidity over here. You see beautiful resistance, so beautiful resistance. Again, I'm not interested to mark it. I'll just keep this buy side liquidity on my chart. At the same time, I have no sell side liquidity instead of this low and this relatively equal lows. I don't think so it's a good relatively equal lows, but again, if you want to mark them, you can mark them, because if this market really keep falling, then it can fall for the sell side liquidity, which is I'm not interested because my bias is not bearish. Prior to 9:30, I need to mark some kind of gap that is going to help me to understand the bias. So you can see this price action is just keep falling. So here, this is an obvious fair value gap prior to 9:30. Okay, before 9:30, this is that bearish gap. This is the only barricade that can stop the market to go higher. That means what else can happen, this market can simply trade here and then keep falling for this old area. Okay, so until here, or maybe until the volume imbalance, before going higher. No buy is valid below this fair value gap. That means if you find a buying opportunity exactly over here from 1 minute chart, so something like this, there is a buying opportunity, this is your entry. This entry is not valid. My entry has to be at least above the equilibrium of this fair value gap. At the same time, if this market fall fast, for example, it came here maybe to the volume imbalance, and then after coming to this volume imbalance around this area, then it has framed a buying opportunity over here from that volume imbalance or the old week opening gap. If you guys remember, there is a buying opportunity. I'll be able to take this buy because I'm able to take some kind of partial over here, and then I'll see if it can go through this. I'll hold the trade if it can go through this and keep going higher, or maybe it will react from this gap and it will start to fall. For this area, I'll let all of this fall go. You already know that. So this is two type of scenario where I can frame the buy. Either the buy should be above the equilibrium of this gap, or it has to be far away from this gap which is prior to 9:30. Very easy to mark. Uh, I'm trying to how to say, I mean, open your eyes for something very easy to mark. In this market there is million of the fair value gap. Which one I'm going to give the priority, how I'm going to use a specific fair value gap, FVZ, or how I can go for the direction by using an FVZ. This all I'm trying to clear to you guys. You have to just focus, and I'm showing this to you for so many days right now. Okay, so when I'm gonna stop this, you are gonna forget this. Take the notes, take the notes, take the notes. Which gap you should use prior to 9:30. Try to mark that before I show it to you. And then if you see, okay, you marked some other gap, okay, maybe you have marked that gap. And now I'm saying that this gap is not important just for the sake of this conversation. Okay, for instance, I'm focusing on this gap. What is the difference? Why am I focusing on this gap? I'm always going to explain if I mark something, and your job is to compare yourself to understand the mistakes or the differences between you and me. Now I'm not saying I'm better than you, I'm just trying to show you the way we can improve ourselves. That means you are going to compare yourself with me, I'm going to compare myself with you, and this is how we both are going to grow. Okay, if you have still some confusion, brother, I think this is not more important comparing with this gap, so I think you should mark that gap instead of that gap. Then I will see, oh, okay, yeah, you are right, so this gap is more important, not this one. Thank you, brother, for showing me this. I'm gonna mark that on. Okay, this is how we are going to grow. Now again, if I feel like, okay, this gap is not important, this is more important, what I'm going to explain, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna explain that, brother, this is this, this is this, this is this, that is why it's not important to me. I'm thinking this is more important for finding my bias. Okay, trust me, it's the best opportunity to learn this price action. Again, so far, this is the most important part of my trading today. I'm going to go 1 minute chart, and from the 1 minute chart, if you look on your left over here, up some sell side liquidity around here from 1 minute chart. So this is from 1 minute chart. Remember, this sell side liquidity or something has been built over here, so we have taken a losing trade over here. Just don't forget about that. We have taken a losing trade over here, and immediately we switch our bias, we took the buy after taking that losing trade, because this was the top of the new week opening gap. So of course it can start to fall for this sell side liquidity as well as that sell side liquidity. I'm not marking it as a sell side liquidity, just going to leave this line over here, and you know that if this market really would love to fall for this gap, it could be the target. I'm just not interested to look for this right now before 9:30 to see how it is going to react, and after 9:30 we are going to take the decision. Okay, so here this is all about from 1 minute chart. This is the buy side liquidity over here. You can see beautiful buy side liquidity over here. You have some buy side liquidity, I think, here. Okay, you have some buy side liquidity around this area, and finally this buy side liquidity around here. Okay, so something not good actually, but this is really so beautiful buy side liquidity here. To be honest, we'll see how it is going to react around 9:30, and then we'll take our decision. Okay? So this is 9:30. Going to go to the regular trading hour. You can see this big opening gap. Going to mark that opening gap, open. This is actually the Friday close. and Monday open. Friday 4:15 close, Monday open. Okay, this is the Friday 4:15 close. Oh, sorry, 4:14 close, and Monday 9:30 open. This is called the opening gap. Very important gap, to be honest. Keep it like this. Okay, going back to electronic trading hour. Remember what did I say about this gap? No buy is valid just below this gap. No buy is valid. This sell side liquidity is more beautiful to me. So if I find an opportunity to take the sell, I'll better go for this sell side liquidity prior to 9:30. Okay. So here, this is the last gap. That means if this market can close below this gap, below that gap, I'm more interested to look for a sell from this gap until this sell side liquidity and that sell side liquidity. If it failed, now you can ask why is that gap important? Because below this gap, I have this sell side liquidity. Look at this low has been cleared over here by a shallow run, right? Like nobody has closed below this low. So it's a beautiful sell side liquidity over here. So I can use this gap to frame my sell if I'm more interested to see for this sell side liquidity, which is inside the old week opening gap. So you can see here, this is that old week opening gap. Last time market has been reversed from the top of this old, the constant crossband, and then top this old week opening gap, and market keep going higher. So today I would love to see if it can come back again one more time to this old week opening gap before going higher. Instead of that, if it starts to go higher from here, okay, it's absolutely okay. I'll let this go. And oh, sorry, I'm not going to let this go. I'm gonna catch that run. No buy is valid below the constant encroachment of this gap. Just remember that thing. So from here, look how I'm going to make this much more easier for me to understand. If this market close below this gap, I'll take the sell. If it go above this constant encroachment, there is a buying opportunity, I'll take that buy. Isn't it so simple? This is not kind of a mystery anymore to me. It's very easy market for me because I know what I'm waiting for. Here is two more things actually. First, if your bias is bullish, you can only frame the buy. Even if this market is keep falling, you should give a shit about that because you know you are only interested to look for buy. So you'll only frame the buying opportunity. If you see this market is falling and you want to catch that sell for a short period of time, of course you can do that. And in that case of scenario, that will be a low probability because you are going against your bias. You know this market is bullish, market is more interested to go higher, but still you are going to frame that sell for a small portion of the run. There will be an opportunity to get stopped out. So either way, you can let the fall go, you can be strict with your bias, or you can just try to catch some sort of sell. Okay, from the sell from here, you can look for that sell. If you are like extremely jealous or something, like I have to go for this sell because this sell side liquidity is so obvious to me, I need to go for this sell, and all other things are telling me to go for that sell. Wow, 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 take that sell. But again, this is what it is. So some of you can think that this is the market structure shift, fair value gap, market tap to this fair value gap. My bias is bullish, so I am not framing the buy over here because no buy is valid for me until this market is not going to go above the constant encroachment of this gap. So if I miss the buy, I really don't care because I know how to use this gap to take my buy over here. Even if I might miss my buy over here, I'll frame the buy from this area. But I'm just not interested to take any kind of buy below the 50% of this gap, which is prior to 9:30. So let's say how it is going to work. Okay, I'm gonna remove this gap from my chart, from 1 minute chart. It's gonna be here around this area. Instead of that, I'm going to mark this last fair value gap. Now, is this last fair value gap is important to me? It is important to me right now. The reason is above this last fair value gap, I can't say this is the buy side liquidity above this last fair value gap, but above here I have a very small buy side liquidity which is not enough for me to take the entry while the market will close above this area and it will come here. But also I have this uh, equilibrium area of the opening gap which I can target. Okay, so until that area I can target that area. But all the happening, everything is going to happen if and only if this market is going to close above the constant crossment of this gap from 15 minutes. Then and only then I'll look for the buy. Others I'll let this go. I'm not going to touch it. Now you can simply see that my bias is bullish. I can simply see that this is holding the market. Last fabric is holding market. Perfect market structure shift after clearing the liquidity, fair value gap. I'm going to take the buy from here to until the buy side liquid. I'm not doing that because today I'm gonna be lucky. Tomorrow I'll take huge loss. So please give highest priority the gap you are going to see around 9:30. However, guys, I would love to talk about a bit about the last Friday. Now, as a ICT trader, last Friday was the one of the greatest day in my life to my trading journey. Michael J. Huddleston, the inner circle trader, the ICT himself was with us through our live streaming. I mean, live streaming actually, he commented. First, I didn't really believe that this is ICT, but all the, everything was saying that this is real ICT. So that was the greatest achievement, I will say, in my life because he was here, okay? And to be honest, I was like, I was acting like a kid because I was over emotional and I really don't know how I react over there. But to be honest, this is awesome, okay? To be honest, this is awesome, and that feelings I just can't explain. And I was just like stunned for a lot of time after that happened. I really admire, I mean, thank you so much, Sir ICT, for being here and commented and letting us know that you have an eye to all of your student, whoever is trying to explain the your concept. Okay, you're the master of this concept. You're the creator of these concepts. I really would love to say that you're just awesome and thank you so much for being over here. I just don't know he will be back again, ever again, because the way I react over there, it was absolutely informal. I mean, informal and like disaster. Okay, so I really don't know. But if he comes again, I will ask him to show me some mistakes so that, for example, I'm looking for a buying opportunity or my bias is bullish, so he will be maybe able to tell me, okay, this is the area you should look for sale, and I'll be able to look for my mistakes. This is always the greatest opportunity to learn your mistake if you are just in front of the mentor who is the mentor of all other mentor. So yeah, I mean, if he comes again, maybe he will be he will just show us some of our mistakes and we'll be able to correct ourselves maybe. But that was really awesome. Like last Friday was the greatest day in my whole live streaming life. Thank you so much to all of you guys because I don't think so he came here for me. I'm not a good price action reader. I'm just learning like you guys. But I think our community is really so strong. We are helping each other. Kind of like, not like I'm the teacher, you are my student, so everyone is learning from me. It's not something like that. Our community is something, you know something, you're going to share that with me. I know something, I'm gonna share that with you. Sujivan knows something, Sophia knows something. Like whoever knows something, they're going to share this to other people. So I think this is how every community should work. We should help each other, and when we will help each other, the mentor will be there to appreciate our community. So this is really a great achievement for all of us. I think like that way. And yep, I mean just to tell you this, guys. I mean, oh man, that feelings I just can't explain. Okay, that feelings when I saw his comment first, I was just stunned. Is that real ICT or like someone is just joking? Okay, then I saw that check mark because I subscribed to ICT himself, so his channel actually. So if he comment, it will show the check mark over there. I mean, this is awesome. This is really awesome feelings. I really don't know how you guys felt, like those people are with me for so long now. How you guys felt, I really have no idea, but I was just awesome, man. My feelings was awesome. I was like shaking. I was literally shaking. I was shaking to talk even single word, to say a single word about the price action, because I know that my mentor is listening to me. Okay, so oh man, that feelings was awesome, man. I agree with you, Sujiman, but to be honest, brother, I won't be able to. I was not able to do that, man. I was like feeling, who is here, man? I don't know. You guys feel like the same way or not, but I feel like this guy has changed a lot of people's life. Okay, so kind of lot of people are now profitable because of his revealing these concepts. Okay, the way he revealed these concepts, a very easy way. I think it has changed a lot of life. At least my life has changed a lot. I always think this was gambling. Now I know it is very much precise. Maybe I don't have enough knowledge uh, to read this market so precisely, but if I had enough knowledge, I would be able to read even a single candle, single 1 minute candle could predict how far it is going to fall and how far it is going to go higher. Maybe. Okay, so yeah, that's why I feel like this guy has changed a lot of people's life, and he should be appreciated. He should be appreciated. And again, when I'm in front of him and I know he's listening to me, maybe I won't be able to control myself again. I will be emotional over emotional again. But yeah, this time I'll be very formal. I'll try to be very formal when if he's here again. I just don't know. Oh my god, Mahdi, what did he if he shows up again, I'll block him, don't worry. Don't do that, brother. I'll start to cry then, man. Hard work always pays off. I say that yeah, my hard work has been paid already. Because he listened to me once, that's enough for me. I always wish that if ICT could come to our life one day at least to listen to us. Maybe we are doing something wrong, so you would tell us, brother, like don't do this like that way. It's wrong. Or maybe he will correct ourselves, whatever it is, okay? But when he came last Friday, it was more than enough for me. Good morning, Kishore. Hey, Dora. Yes, he has a lot. Absolutely. A lot. However, this market just came until here, making the bull flag. I am interested to see if to fall first before going higher. It is reacting from this new day opening gap on my right hand side. You can see here, this is the new day opening gap. At the buy side liquidity over here around this area. So right now, this market is trading the new day opening gap. This week opening gap. So I'd love to see if it can keep fall. I mean fall first to going higher. Right now, I'll just wait and we'll see if it can provide any kind of buying opportunity. Above this gap, I'm interested to look for the buy. Again, I could frame this buy from here. That couldn't be right because of the price action. But the scenario appeared on the chart. I'll let this go. You have to learn that how you are going to let some run go, and you're not going to be in FOMO, fear of missing opportunity, and you're not going to chase the market because it has left the area you are interested to catch the buy around here, remember, about the constant crossment. So of course you're not going to take any panic. Instead of that, you are going to hold yourself to wait for the next opportunity. Now this market has told me I am bullish because it didn't came or it didn't fall. Instead of that, it has perfectly reversed from this area, which is the new opening gap, of course, and then it reversed from that area, came back to this new opening gap. I believe this is going to close above this area, whole area. I'm good to go for the buy. But before buy, I want to see how this market is going to work. So as you can see, market trade this last parallel gap, keep coming here, cleared all of this buy side liquidity here. All of this buy side liquidity has been cleared. This high has built another high, this high and that high, a new buy side liquidity over here from 1 minute chart. This and this. This is the opening gap 50%. Market has built the bullish flag, bull flag. People as who are retail trader, they're seeing market come here, bull flag. They took the buy. Market is going to stop them out. then it will start to go higher again. I would love to frame another buying opportunity if it provide me after that fall. So this market fall, I'm now more interested to frame any kind of buying opportunity. Let's see if it can provide me any buying opportunity. If this market close below this constant encroachment of this gap, again, I'll start to look for sell. Again, the sell, I can let it go. I don't need to catch the sell. I can wait for this market to take all of this liquidity, then we'll go for the buy. It is absolutely acceptable. But if it close below this constant encroachment of this gap again, I'm gonna use this gap as my, sorry, not below the constant encroachment, below this gap again. I'll start to look for sell again. Until it is not going to close below this gap, I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity. So those people who failed to take the buy from here, they started to chase the market from here because they have seen a bull flag. When they took the buy, look at this bull flag. I'm gonna mark the high and the low, the bull flag. Okay, they took the buy, their stop loss was here somewhere, they got stopped out. Those people who got stopped out, they took the sell again from that area. This is their sell. So there is sellers now. Right now, they're sellers. When they got sell, either some of them chase the market and some of them are going to take the sell from here because they're seeing the fake, I'm sorry, the breakout. That means bull flag has broken, market is bearish. They will take the sell. First, they took the buy, then they will take the sell. And when they take the sell, this market will start to go higher again. And I would love to join to that run. Okay. I'm more interested to catch that manipulative leg. This is the only gap that can stop the market before going higher. Can stop the market, send it lower. So I'm watching this gap to see if I can use this gap, take my buy. I need the confirmed entry here. That means order block entry, not body is going to close above this gap. After this gap, I'll take the buy. No, I need the confirmed entry over here. So try to understand that fall. It doesn't mean that this is a bearish market. That fall, why it is appearing on the chart? Because people are seeing the bull flag. Those people who missed the buy here, they're going to chase the market from here. And when they're chasing the market from there, I believe this market will fall first before going higher. Again, I can be wrong. This market can keep falling. I'll take my decision while this is going to close below this fair value gap. So if it closes below this gap, maybe I'll start to look for sell prior to 9:30. Remember this gap. This is amazing, Titu. You are such a real and humble person. I'm sure ICT noticed this and was pleased to meet you. That was the greatest achievement in my life, sister, to be honest. Yes, sir. Stock last Friday, ICT joined to our live and he has commented. I was just like speechless over there. I was not able to continue my stream. I was so excited, like you can't believe it. Okay, you can see the last moment. He actually joined around last Friday around 11:36 a.m. New York local time. He actually joined. You can see what happened over there, all the drama. My mother saying that like he was so happy. He was praising to God, Allah, because he was so excited because I was so excited. I was so excited and he was so happy. He was saying that like like ICT should long live. Okay, something like that. So I asked her why you were just praying for him. Just pray for me as well. And he told that I always pray for you, but as you are so excited because ICT joined to your life, he should long live as well. Something like that. Some conversation, okay, mother and son conversation. I have my mother only, so I share everything with my mother. But it was awesome, man. ICT, ICT too, ICT too. I like it, man. ICT too. I like it. You really deserve it, my brother. I have been following your live streams for about 2 weeks now, and your price action reading is fire. Keep up with the amazing work. Thank you so much, Leon. Leon Best, please give me the time until February 2nd because all the price action I'm reading right now, this is kind of, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm kind of, I keep saying, let's see if it can work. Okay, I don't use that word if because I hate that if word. It should be one-sided. Okay, when it is going to happen, I'm gonna do that. Not if it happens, I'll do that. It should be when it is going to happen. Okay, something like that. You are going to see around February, second week of February, we'll be back to the price action. Right now, it's really a low probability, and I believe that most of the people, including ICT themselves, are not doing any live right this time because this is not the good area to trade. However, we'll see how it is going to react actually. Actually, my mother doesn't know him. I always say that I learned these concepts from ICT. He is my inspiration. He is the one who showed me this chart or everything. Like I always talk about ICT to my mother. As I told, I have no one to share. I just share everything with my mother. So she doesn't know what is the importance of ICT. But when I was so much excited, she understand that okay, this guy is something. This guy is something to her son, okay, to me, okay. So she was like, you know, Today's your mother. Today is the 6th year since my mother. No, I'm so sorry, brother. Sujivan. Yeah, brother. After actually losing my father, I understand that it's always important to take care of of my mother. Okay, it's kind of unbearable pain, man. No word to say. I'm really sorry for that, brother. Ah, parents are something very. Parents are parents, man. That is amazing, bro. I don't agree with every single way you speak, but I respect you and watch you all the time. Thank you so much, Stock Magician, for being over here. You don't need to be like like always to be agree with me. If you do that, it means kind of you are not interested to learn. So you should be disagree with me for some kind of scenario that will help you and you and me, both of us, to learn new things. So don't be agree with me. I believe that nobody here is always 100% agree with me. There is nobody. Okay, so of course there will be some times when you will have some kind of disagreement, and that is the way you are going to grow yourself because comparing ourselves with some other traders is the only way to improve ourselves. So I think it's a great opportunity to compare ourselves by disagree. Okay, I think something. Okay, and my English is disaster, man. Yes, yes, brother. Yes, brother. Problem, man. Love you too. Remember, until this market is not going to close below this gap, prior to 9:30 gap, I'm not going to take any kind of sell. I will let the fall go. I have no intention to look for any kind of sell. I'm interested to look for a buying opportunity. No sell is valid to me. I'm only interested to take the buy. Until, sorry, not until, as long as it is not going to close below this gap. Not until. I have to stop using that word until. Until. So as long as it's not going to close below this gap, I'm just not interested to take any kind of sell. I'm more interested to look for buying opportunity. So now this candle I'm gonna use to take my buy over here. See this candle, which is the lowest down close body close candle, which has traded the new week opening gap over here. This is the new week opening gap. It has traded that new week opening gap, but unfortunately the high is not didn't close above the above the new week opening gap. So it's gonna be a little risky. Let it go. Either way, it didn't build the order block, so let it go. If the high could close above the new week opening gap, I could go for that buy. So let it go. No need to take that buy from there. It's gonna be a bit risky. Premium and discount logic on 15-minute chart. Thank you to your knowledge. I'm starting to see bias the way you see it. It's amazing. No more FOMO for me. Absolutely, brother. So even the more you will practice, brother, you will start to see that this guy called T2, you don't need him. You don't need me. Nobody needs me. You just observe the things I'm sharing. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna be 100% right, but you will see amazing things. You will see, or you will discover more things that I never talk about, and you will start to see a lot of lights here. You'll never feel the FOMO. You know what you are waiting for, and you just wait for the perfect moment to execute your trade. If everything is right, you will execute your trade. Something is wrong, let this run go. No need to trade this trade or take that trade. For example, I was extremely bullish, right? I was extremely bullish until this market is not, is not below this gap. Now, if this same kind of scenario appeared above this gap, this could be my buy. I'm already done my trading. Took the buy here, close the trade here somewhere until the 50%. My job is done. My trade is done. But as it didn't appear around the area I wanted to see to take the buy, I just didn't push the button. I'll let this run go because I know I have still some times to take another trade or to frame another trade. I'm waiting for that patiently. And when this will appear on the chart, I'll go for that trade. Simple. Can you please explain the dealing range and its details? Oh man, I think when did you join, Brother Shajib? I went with the extreme explanation. Now I'm really afraid ICT can be anytime here. I'm not gonna go for this dealing range right now, brother. You can just observe, watch some previous live. You'll be this dealing range is gonna be uh, clear to you, okay? However, I'm going to remove this. Man, I still can't forget that moment when ICT just commented. I still can't forget that moment. That was the extreme moment for me. I wish he will join me again one more time. Come on, come on. Ah, where are you, ICT sir? Sir, please join us and tell us something to do. Oh man, he was just doing normal conversation, okay? But it doesn't matter what did he say. The matter is he was listening to us. Okay, he was saying something valuable to us. I think so. Okay, I really don't know. Last Friday, brother Shirke. Last Friday, brother. There's so much ego in all other ICT traders, and you don't have it, too, which is the greatest achievement. I don't have ego. I have ego. I have really a ego. Just tell me I told you. Then you will see my ego, brother, sister. Sorry, but yeah. Just tell me I told you. Then you will see my ego. But yeah, again, it really doesn't matter what did ICT say. It matters to me that he was here. I mean, this comment, guys. Like, I completely agree with you. That's why I'm here for more than a year and a half. Hey, Suzivan, it's been a long, brother. Thank you so much for being over here for such a long time, brother. I really appreciate it, man. By the way, guys, Apex has 90% discount. So if any of you are interested about that 90% discount, please make sure that you have used the code T2Wizard. Okay, so here you can see that this was the first comment, and after seeing this comment, I was just like stuck. Is that really ICT? But you see this tick mark? It only appear if I subscribe someone. So I have actually subscribed ICT, Sir ICT himself. So this is why it's showing that tick mark. Otherwise, it wouldn't show the tick mark. Okay, so when I saw this comment, I was just, is that really ICT? I was not sure about that. Okay, and then he has commented something else actually. Humbleness is a breath of fresh air, brother. So something I just don't remember what was all about, but I was not in me. Okay, I was not in myself. To be honest, I was not in myself, so I have no idea what I was talking over there. I have no idea. All I remember, I was not able to talk. That's all I remember. So when I have seen his comment, okay, and finally, like, I'm just a man, continue with your stream, okay, something like that he told, and he just gave best wishes to my mother, which the screenshot I actually don't have here. He just gave the wishes to my mother, okay, that's all. So this was the comments actually from ICT. Now it's really doesn't mean anything to some of you, but it's huge for me actually. Huge, huge for me, man. And yeah, the Mahati's comment was like mind blowing. What is that? Can I block Michael now? That was the comment. Mahati. Can I block Michael now? By the way, when you joined, I just got 12 subscriber immediately over there. When you just joined. Oh man, that was an awesome time. It was really great moment for me. Why you're not framing any trade? Because I'm not seeing any opportunities over here. I'm just not seeing any opportunities over here to frame a trade. Michael Charleston said Tito is humble and Tito is too humble to repeat it here. Hey Sophia. Sophia, I'm working on until. I hope that I'm able to manage that word until. I'm not trying to use this until word, so I'm going to say as long as the market is not going to close below that constant crossment, I'm not bearish. I think I'm improving myself. Thank you so much, sister, for your time to correct my bullshit English. I'm here for nearly 1.5 years, Titu. Hey, Sharada, thank you so much, brother, for believing in ourselves and for growing all together. Thank you so much, brother, for being over here, man. John, my, of course, man, don't say like that way. I'm not someone like ICT himself. He's he. He's he. There's no comparison. Uh, no, I don't see not even a single opportunity to take any trade. Nothing over here on this market. Now, maybe some of you have seen some trade and you have taken some, but I really didn't see anything yet. Nothing yet, okay? Unfortunately. I have to wait. This is the opening gap, okay? This is the 50% of the opening gap, lower quadrant of the opening gap, and low of the opening gap. So this is the opening gap. Market trade until the 50% and then it's falling. Okay, let's see. As long as market stays above the gap, I'm bullish. Yeah, as long as market stays above this gap, I'm bullish. Thank you, sister. Yeah, just correct me. If you guys are struggling to understand my English, correct me. What should I say? I always appreciate that. My English is not good, I'm gonna submit that. Not my mother language, so of course there will be some problem for you guys to understand when I am trying to specifically saying something. Maybe it is confusing for me. So either correct me or ask me the question. What did you say? Then I will be able to improve myself. And thank you, Sophia, again for helping me. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button, subscribe to our channel if you are new. I'm not finding any trade, I'm not framing any trade. Guys, it's very simple. Not finding any trade, not pushing any button, or going to frame any trade. It doesn't happen always, but today it is happening, okay? So I'm not able to frame any trade as long as it's not showing me the opportunities. If it's okay, I'll correct you here. Thank you. Of course, sister, it's always correct. If you wanna correct me, anyone, not only you, but also everyone. If you guys want to correct me to my English, please do that. I always appreciate that. The best ICT mentor I've ever seen. You don't need any confirmation by ICT or any other great monsters. They're really, really legend. Okay, they're ICT is real legend. ICT is real legend. Constable. Other market you yourself are one of those beasts. I trust in you. Thank you, Thank you, Madi. I love you, man. Where are you right now? At home? Just stop. Just quit smoking, brother. I quit smoking, so please quit smoking. Smoking is injurious to health. What are you doing, brother? Go for a trade. Look at this 10 a.m. See, it's 10:05, kind of 10:06. Around 10, there is no volatility. Remember the home sales news? Nothing over here. This market has no movement, nothing. That it is going to fall for this sell side liquidity. Okay, we'll see. We'll wait for that scenario, go for the trade if it provide that opportunity. Hey Sophia, I was kidding, sister. To be honest, going to buy Apex account with your discount code. Bye. Thank you so much, Raman. Just use the code T2T for the discount of Apex, 90% discount. It's gonna cost $19.60. Thank you so much, brother, for using that, man. Are you waiting for first presented fair value gap to be traded or reaction from it? Okay, I think Shajib, you're not with me for the from the beginning. Now, I didn't mark the first presented gap first of all because I'm working with something else. I'm not working with the first presented gap right now. So here you see this gap from 15-minute chart. I'm waiting to see if the 15-minute candle can close below this gap. Okay. Now I'm gonna take this sell by going. I'm going to predict this candle is going to close below this gap. Okay, it is predicting without the confirmation. I'm gonna take the sell from this gap, from here, this gap, which is I'm gonna use as a reclaimed inverse fair value gap to look for this sell side liquidities. Again, I just don't know this candle is going to close below this gap or not. I'm gonna predict that this is gonna close below this gap from 15-minute chart. So if the candle close below this gap, I'll frame my first sell from this gap to until this sell side liquidity. Remember, the body has to close below this gap. Stop loss is going to be above that candle, above this candle which has closed, sorry, the candles that has been validated this inverse gap as an inverse gap. Target is this sell side liquidity over here, around here. This is the sell side liquidity is gonna be my target. Again, I just don't know this candle is going to close below this gap or not. I'm just going to predict it is gonna close below this gap. We'll go for 1:1 partial, which should be like 20 handle, something like that. That's gonna be the partial. It should take the entry when it will retest this gap. Okay, I just pushed the button actually, unfortunately. You should hit higher around this area, and we'll take a partial around 1:1, which is above this last gaps around here. We're gonna take a partial around here, and we'll hold the trade until this sell side liquidity. Again, I just don't know this candle where it is going to close. I'm gonna predict this is going to close below this gap. If I see it didn't close below this gap and immediately it has closed inside this gap, I'll immediately got stopped out, immediately switch my bias to take the buy. Now this reclaimed gap I have already talked about a lot of time through my live streaming. This gap, which is prior to 9, I mean around 9:30, if you guys remember, we have already talked a lot about this gap. So just going to frame this gap trade over there. Okay, the last gap, going to take my partial to the top of this last gap. This is gonna be like how many handles, 21 handle, 2 tick, something like that, and then we'll see if it can keep falling for this sell side liquidity over here. Again, you can let this sell go if you want. You don't need to take this sell. You can let this sell go and wait for the buying opportunity, but it's a great opportunity for me, so that's why I framed this sell. Okay, so I took a 20 handle, 21 handle partial. Now I'll let this fall go until this sell side liquidity by putting the stop loss to the break even. Now I'm not going to put it to the break even. You should, if any of you are in this trade, you should put it to the break even. I'm not going to do that because I believe this market can come back again to this fair value gap to build the order block. So I'm going to take my stop loss around here. Again, you should put the stop loss to the break even because you have already taken the partial. This market can start to reverse. One more things I'm more interested to show you to that specific leg, this low and that high. This low has cleared some lows, or you can simply look for that low if you want. I'm just not interested to look for this low. Instead of that, I would love to mark that low from here to there. This is the lower quadrant or the deep discounted area. If this market wanted to go higher, it should not come to this lower discounted area. As it came to this deep discounted area, I'm more interested to see it is going to clear that low. At least this low is going to be clear. Below this low, I have this obvious liquidity. You see this low has been cleared over here by a shallow run, which is obvious liquidity. Go to your 15-second chart, you will be able to see a clean lows over there, like exactly clean lows. That's gonna be a target over here. So this low, I'm just going to mark a line, but remember it's from 15-second chart, not from 1 minute chart. So you, from 1 minute chart, you can target this sell side liquidity. If you are trading through the 15-second chart, it could be your greatest target over here. Okay, so again, I didn't put my stop loss to the break even, but you should put your stop loss to the break even. I'm just waiting to see if it can go below this low. If it go below that low, I'll put my stop loss to the break even, because after clearing that low, it can start to reverse again. I just don't wanna take that risk. Okay, see how it is going to. If it go one tick below this low, I'll put my stop loss to the break even, because the liquidity is taken. Market doesn't need to come back again to make the order block before falling. Instead of that, if it come here, make relatively equal lows, reverse, that means it is going higher to build the order block before falling again. Who the loser who quit smoking? I don't know, Tamimi. Someone is talking about quitting smoking. I really don't know who is that loser. Nobody should quit the smoking. So you see that I have waited along, right? All of this area. I was not sure it is going to fall. It is going to fall. It is going to fall. I was not sure. I was not sure. I was not sure. And finally, when I found this reclaimed inverse gap, or not reclaimed, you can say that inverse gap, because this is the first time it has been inversed over here. However, that was my first opportunity to go for the sell from that gap, not from here. When it retested the gap, the entry should be from the gap. The low is my target, depending on that discount and premium logic, depending on that fair value gap. Again, I just don't know this where this candle is going to close. I am going to predict it is going to close, because if I wait for this candle to close below this area after seeing it came to this deep discounted area, I can simply predict that this is going to close below this gap, right? So yeah, this is what it is. I'm in sale at first presented fair value gap. Congratulations, brother. Is there anyone who is in this trade? Is there anyone who is trade? And and the worst thing you have done, you didn't take the partial. Is there anyone? Okay, Horde is in this trade. Perfect. 32 handle. Keep watching how many handles. Remember, I don't need to see this liquidity to be taken. It is not my intention to see this liquidity is gonna be taken, but that is the extreme target I can frame right now. Right? This is the extreme target. So I'm gonna keep my extreme target over here. If it give it to me, I'm happy. But ask yourself how much is important for you. If you didn't take the partial, and if your stop loss is not at the break even, you are doing a perfect gambling. So please don't do that. Just don't do that. Wow, a lot of you are in this trade. Took the partial. Congratulations, brother, for taking the partial. Put your stop loss to the break even. Get stopped out to the break even. No need to hold the trade. I promise you, you don't need to hold the trade. It's more than enough for being profitable. I took the trade on the evil but close already because ES has high already taken the low and now NQ has taken the low. Okay, so it can be a kind of you mean to say that there can be some kind of mm, how to say this, like SMT, right? That could be your stopped out area. That means you could get stopped out over here after taking that sell. Again, I just didn't put the stop loss to the break even because I have explained why I didn't put my stop loss to the break even. It could, oh okay, this low has taken, right? However, it has taken this low, but yeah, again, I actually forgot to move my stop loss to the break even. As I told, I was watching the your comment actually. So this low has cleared over here. I should put my stop loss to the break even. I forgot to put it to the break even because this is the real liquidity where market has cleared that. Again, I just was reading the market, I mean your chat, so I forgot to put it to the break even. I should get stopped out to the break even. Okay, so I'll just closed it. I should get stopped out to the break even. So you see the premium and the discount logic over here. It came here. This low is obvious. It should take clear that low. I thought he said we should wait for 50 candle. Okay, I have already told 3 times that I'm gonna predict that this is gonna close below this gap because it came to the discounted area. It inverts this gap, so I'm gonna predict this is gonna close below this gap. I think I have told that 3 times, sister. You didn't listen, maybe. I wasn't to profit and now come out. That's cool, brother. When I see SMT, I get out. That's cool. So the one still, you see how like lot of handle you have covered by closing your trade, man. If you have taken one contract entry, you have to close your trade to the partial level. Guys, I keep saying these things, so please focus when I'm saying something very special. If you take one contract entry, that means you are not able to take the partial. If you are not able to take the partial, close your trade to the partial level. That means 1:1 or at least 20 handle. Yes, this is the best way to take quick trades with smaller profit targets, low hanging fruit objective. Absolutely, brother. I agree with you. Now, what I'm going to do, take any buy? Of course not. Where the market has closed below this gap. I'm just not interested to catch any kind of buy, but market is going higher, brother. I don't care. Until the 15-minute candle is not going to close above this area, I'm not interested to frame any kind of buy. Any kind of sell I'll take that sell. Until now, new sell side liquidity, sell side liquidity, sell side liquidity. Until the sell side liquidity, I'll keep looking for the selling opportunity. Sorry, not until. As long as sell side liquidity is not taken, I'm more interested to look for sell. If the market close above this area, maybe I'll start to look for buy again, which is later thing. Okay, after 15 minutes, I will take my decision. Should I go for the buy or not? But right now, I'm only interested to look for sell. Again, those people who are looking for the buying opportunity, you guys can let all the sell go and wait for your buying opportunity. You can do that. But as I told, it's a really a tough time to trade. I will take everything I will get from this market. So if it is a buying opportunity, I'll take the buy. If it is a selling opportunity, I'll take the sell. Observe this gap. It's very important gap, which is a perfect gap to use it as a reclaimed gap, as an inverse gap, as well as I think this is the first presented fair value gap as well, if I'm not wrong. I think it's the first presented gap as well. English, I won't take a buy until it close above the 50. Okay, yeah, yeah. Sorry. I won't take a buy as long as it's not going to close above the gap. Thank you, sister. Oh man. See you everyone. Have a great rest of the day. See how selfish Sujivan is. He got his boom and he's leaving us. Someone please block him. Sophia, please block Sujivan. As long as it below the gap. Okay, as long as it below the gap, I'm looking for sell. I'm not interested to look for buy as long as it's below the gap. When it will close above this gap, I'll start to look for buy again. Thank you, sister. Actually, yeah, I know that a lot of you are struggling to understand what I mean to say because of my small mistakes. And thank you. Really, I really appreciate it. I hope that I'll be able to recover all of this English, grammatical mistakes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you are looking for the buy, please go for that. I'm not interested to take any kind of buy right now. I prefer more selling instead of buying. Thank you, Livingston. I'm struggling, brother. I know you guys really like pass a very hard time to understand me because of my mistakes, grammatical mistakes. I'm just so sorry for that. Extremely sorry. Brother, this is a buying market. Go for the buy. I'm not taking the buy. I'm interested to take the sell. As long as it's not going to close above this gap. Above this, not only this gap, but also above the new week opening gap. This week new week opening gap. Now I'm going to remove this opening gap. If you would love to keep it, you can keep it. I'm gonna remove it. Okay. This is the last fair value gap to that 1 minute leg. Market has traded the 1 minute leg last gap. See if it can hold the market and set it lower again. This is the best area for this market to reverse again. I'm not AI, man. Come on. I'm a human being. Okay, sister. Yeah. Until. I'll try to avoid that word until. I'll try to use that word like phrase as long as. Can I use this gap to take my buy? Of course not. The reason is this gap doesn't belong to, no, not like that way. This gap doesn't have any buy side liquidity. So I can't use this gap as inverse gap to take the buy by believing that nobody is going to close below the consonant crossmate of this gap. I can't use this gap like that way. I have to let this all go until the, so not until, as long as this candle is not going to close above this area. Okay, not only this uh, gap, but also the new week opening gap. It will close below this gap. I'll take the resell from here again. Same gap. Perfect. This time I'll use it as a reclaimed inverse gap. So all of this price action, I'm gonna cut through all of these candles because we are not supply and demand trader. So I'm going to cut through all of these candles and gonna believe that this is the first time market close below this gap, and then it retest this gap again to give me the selling opportunity. If it come back and close below this gap again, keep going higher. I'll wait as long as it is not going to close above this gap to frame the buy. The situation is I'm not able to catch the run at the beginning of the run. I'm not able to catch it because the price action from my higher time frame is telling me you are not allowed to catch the run at the beginning of the run. Anytime it is going higher, from the beginning I'm not able to catch that run. It is trading new week opening gap over here on my right hand side. Keep watching and just keep an eye over here how it is trading this new week opening gap, and see how this market is range bound. It is in range. It's not moving anywhere. It's in range. That is the problem around the last time of the year where this market most of the time is range bound market. Movie suggestion Artificial Intelligence 2001 and Bicentennial Man 1999. These two movies mind blowing still in 2025. I'm gonna take a screenshot and I'll watch that. But today after this stream I will go to take my camera. Actually it has already reached. I'm so much excited. I'm gonna be a wildlife photographer now. Okay, you will be able to see me my photo on the National Geography. Get ready for that. I never be second in my life. Never ever. Mhm. It has to close above this area. Frame the buy again. Now you can say, brother, it's already long, late. Remember, we didn't do anything over here. Still, we have managed a winning trade over here. We have managed a winning trade over here. It doesn't mean that I have to frame the trade at the beginning. Of course, I love to frame the trade at the beginning, and I always do that. But this is the scenario where I'm not able to catch the run at the beginning of the run, just because of the scenario. I have to wait for this market to complete something before giving me a direction. I'm still bearish. Now the market is too high. I don't care. It didn't close above this area yet, so I'm not interested to look for any kind of buy. When it will close above this area, I'll start to look for buy again. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button. Subscribe to our channel if you are new. How many likes did I get? Okay, 155 people are watching, 68 likes. We have already framed a boom. Some of you can think that, brother, it's not enough for me, but the run was from here, from this gap to until here, it was kind of 37 handle run. So if it is not enough for you, I think I'm not the right guy for you. Try to find someone else who will be able to give you like huge handle, okay? But it's just enough for me, and I'm not done yet. I'm interested to look for some other opportunity. But before that, make sure that you have pushed the like button. Make it 100 likes at least, please. I really don't want to see this candle to close out of this area, to be honest. Close, nothing to. Hmm. The regret for today, I'm regretting because my bias is bullish. I didn't. I'm not able to frame any buying opportunity. Still, I am not able to find any buying opportunity. So I'm a bit regretting, but I think this market is not gonna let me go with my regret. So maybe I'll be able to frame any kind of buying opportunity. Maybe. Let's see. But right now the scenario is kind of sell is more reliable for me. Oh, maybe. Give me. Go first. Do you guys get the point why I'm not able to frame any kind of trade at the beginning of the run? Because of the scenario of my hard time frame. The hard time frame is telling me I should not go for any kind of trade around this area. Low of this gap, high of this new week opening gap. This is the dangerous area for me. Frame any kind of trade. That's why I'm missing all the run at the beginning. Here around this area, I was not interested to go for the trade. I could talk about this gap and this gap, two gap, remember? Breakaway gap, entry fair value gap. Just look at this. Even if you don't want to go for the trade from here, you are able to go for the trade from this entry gap. We have already talked a lot about this gap. But again, if I go for the trade around this area, it means I'm going against this area, which is new week opening gap, and this gap which is prior to 9:30. So of course, uh, it's a low probable sell over here. That's why I was not interested to take that sell. However, this candle has closed above this gap, new week opening gap. So I'm more interested to look for a buy right now. Let's see if I can frame any kind of buy. I wish it will give me. The best case of scenario for me is this. This is the best case of scenario. First, it will fall, clear some low. That means liquidity will be cleared. Then it will start to go higher. That is the best case of scenario for me. So I am waiting for that kind of scenario. First, it will take some liquidity will be taken before going higher. If it happens, I'm very happy to look for that buy. Okay, but if it starts to run from here, I'm not going to catch that run because you can see nothing, no manipulation appeared on the chart. So when it has cleared that low, it didn't do any kind of manipulation. No manipulation, no manipulation. Just keep going higher. It's called chasing the market. I'm not interested to chase the market. So I will wait for the market to take some kind of liquidity even before if it started to go higher. Apex has 90% discount on all account size, and it's gonna cost $19.60 as I told at the beginning. It's a great opportunity. It's a really great opportunity to feel the market, to feel the pain of blowing account, to take losing trades, like not understanding the market properly, how to wait for the setup, like all of these painful things you can feel just by $20. So by the $20, you will be able to buy maybe 300K Apex account where you will have a huge buffer. I think it's really a great opportunity for any of you who are actually new in this trading, and you can actually fill the market by this cheapest price, $20, $19.60. $19.60 is very cheap for Apex. Make sure that you have used the code T2T. T2T. Oh man. I'm interested to frame a buy, but I'm not seeing any opportunity yet, unfortunately. A very boring day, to be honest. It's near about 1 hour. We have just framed one trade. Uh, let's see, we have 1 hour left. I hope at least I'll be able to find another one trade, at least one more trade. I have to be patient a bit more because this is really a tough price action around this tough area. The area is really so tough to trade, but still, we'll see. Look what I'm doing. I'm not chasing the market. I'm not pushing the button. I'm not afraid to miss the run. I'm not gonna just take the trade just because I'm bullish, just because this candle has confirmed that closing above this area. I'm not doing anything. I'm still waiting. What I'm waiting for the manipulation. If the manipulation happens, I'll be like, I'll get up. I'll get up from my sleeping, and then I'll feel like, oh, okay, this time for go for the trade. If it doesn't do the manipulation, keep going higher. I'll let this go. Maybe there will be some other opportunities. I'll try to catch that. Otherwise, I'll let this go. No trade. Simply will wait for the perfect case of scenario that is gonna make the probability high. High probability. This is the game of probability. You have to play with the probability. Is it high probable? Is it low probable? Come on, baby. Maybe if ICT was here, he would frame and trade for us. One day he's gonna join again. I know that, man. I know that. And when he will join, he will frame a trade for us. We'll go for that trade. All of us. Or maybe he will correct me. Oh, no, you can't look for the buy right now. You should look for the sell because that. I'll correct myself, my mistakes. Okay, so I should not do like this way. I should do it like that way. Awesome. It's all the dream, man. Come on, all the dream. It's not only first presented fair value gap, but also a lot of importance I have with this gap. You guys know that. See this random reaction. Look at the reaction from the random fair value gap. We have million of fair value gaps, right? But still, this market always react from a random fair value gap. Always react with a random fair value gap. Very random, right? I think my best invention is this last fair value gap. I think this is my best invention. The last gap. What do you say, guys? Okay. It's a risky trade, but I'll go for that. If this candle close below this candle, which is an fair value gap over here, I'm sorry, not fair value gap, the order block, I would love to catch another sell from this order block. Okay, bit risky, but it in a very short trade. Okay, it's gonna be a very short trade from there until here. Let's see if it can provide that entry opportunity or not. I don't think so. It's gonna give it to me. We'll see. If this low is taken, I'm not gonna take this sell. If this low is taken, I'm not gonna take this sell because my main target is this low. As I told, I need some kind of manipulation. I need this low to be taken from this order block. Only it is gonna be invalidate if this market clear that low. It's gonna be invalidate. Come on, brother. That. Give me that. Yeah, that should be the entry. Over here, you see this candle. I think it will take a bit more time, more time to load. This should be the entry from the order block. That's gonna be the partial over here. That's gonna be the target. Again, I think because of the internet, it will take a bit longer time to load it. But that should be the entry from this order block, okay? From here. I don't know if any of you are framing the same trade and you got the entry or not. It should be the entry over here. That should be the partial, and you can target it here, which is the midpoint of that range. It can maximum fall until the midpoint if it is interested to keep going higher. So I'm not sure about this midpoint. I'm just interested to catch that low, which is the manipulation leg. If any of you are framing this trade, it should be in this trade already. See here, should be in this trade already. Is there anyone who got that entry? Just let me know, guys, if there is anyone who got this entry. Okay, 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 okay. Two of you. Okay, so try to take the partial below that low over here, just below that low. Hold your trade until here. Okay, so until the equilibrium, hold it until that area. After taking the partial, put your stop loss to the break even. It's taking a bit time. That is the, I mean, weird thing, because it's trading the new week opening gap. Okay, so that's why it's struggling to go until that area, which is around the low of that new week opening gap. Here the most hardest part to for this market to break that constant crossment of that new week opening gap. That is the most hardest part for this market to break. So far it is reacting from here, from the constant crossment. I believe even if it doesn't close below this constant crossment, at least it will tap to the low of this uh, new week opening gap. I believe so. Okay, some liquidity should be taken. You guys can check other SM market like ES and YM. If you see it has cleared that low, you don't need to hold this trade, just close the trade. I'm just not able to see it. I have to fix this actually. You guys just do that. Okay, if you see this low has cleared by other SM market, then you just don't need to hold the trade for here, just close the trade. Okay, it's just struggling to break this two line, high and the constant crossment. Okay, yes, didn't take. uh YM also didn't take, but YM is extremely bearish, so I'd love to follow YM. Should be followed by the NQ. My entry took here. Okay, let it go. I'm really regretting because I was not able to frame any kind of buy, even though my bias is bullish. I wish it will give me an opportunity. Let's see. If the candle close below this gap, I will add one more from this gap. Okay, if it close below this gap, retest this gap, I'll add one more. If it doesn't take me, it's okay, but I'll try to add more over here. The only bullish gap that can stop the market and send it higher. Ah, shit. It didn't close, actually. I shouldn't enter. I shouldn't enter. I thought it is going to close. Okay, it's okay. I shouldn't push the button because it didn't close. But you know what I was looking for, okay? I thought it is going to close below this, but just the last moment, just went higher. After this candle close, I should have waited this market to fall, come back here again to edit this contract after this candle close. Okay, not here. Unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever it is, sometimes shit happens. No, like sometimes shit happens. I was thinking this is going to close below, but it didn't. Immediately, the last moment, it closed over there. So I should not add more over here. I have to wait for this candle to close, and then if I can add more here, that is allowed, but not here. Unfortunately, like you are seeing what I'm doing. I was doing over there. Seeing that, right? Just look at this. It is happening over here. The constant crossment struggle to break it. Took the partial. Put stop loss to the break even. Like 21 handle, 3 tick partial. I think it's not enough for you, but it's more than enough for me. Took the partial over here. Look for that 38 handle. If it provide me that 30 handle, I'm happy. If it doesn't, I'm also going to let this go. Okay, stop me out to the break even. Go for that. I don't care about that actually. Not there. I wish it will give me my boom. I'll be at least able to write down boom, and all of you will write down boom because you don't want to write down boom to the partial level. Yeah, I know 21 handle is not enough. If I target here, around here, you will wait until this market fall here to hit that target before writing boom. I'll just go for this area. Not exactly over here, a bit above. Just a bit above of the equilibrium. Like here. Just one handle above the equilibrium. I just need that boom word to you guys. However, not a good price action, but it's still readable. Okay, at least we are lucky. I think I should say like this. I'm lucky. What do you say, guys? We are lucky. Done for the day. Oh, awesome, brother! You're done for the day. Congratulations. Ah, a bit more, a bit more. Everyone will write down boom. There you go. Now I would love to see who is not going to write down boom to me. I'm gonna block them. Mahdi, count who is not writing boom to me. Okay, block it. I could hold this trade for here. I could hold it, but I need that word boom. So I'm just going to keep it over there. 37 handle, one else. You should go someone else, brother. I think they're better for you. Boom came right on time and took short. TSMC trader. Hey Ahmad, congratulations for your boom, brother. Done. Oh man, you just come and done. It's not fair, okay? Hey John, thanks for that boom and penguin. MMM, thank you, man, so much. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate those people who took the membership. I really appreciate it, man. I'm really happy. By the way, guys, I was not intentionally closed the sorry, I didn't unintentionally closed the trade over here. I intentionally closed it over here just because I needed that word boom. I should have hold this trade until here, until there. Even if not here, at least over here, at least over here. Plus two, sorry, plus five handle. So kind of three until here. But I intentionally closed it over here just to see the boom word on the chat. Just to see that. And I think this time I framed my trade at the beginning of the run. So I hate to trade when the run is already gone. Thank you, Florine B. Thank you, man. Shazib, thank you, man. Mr. X Gamer, thank you, man, for the boom. Fono, thank you. Power Trader, thank you. Sophia, thank you. Sophia, did you get the entry? Hey, Greg, thank you, man. Come on, boomers. Hey, Ellie, thank you so much for the boom. Jamil, thank you, man, to the way. Don't you? Don't you? Did you get this trade? Last fair value gap, we back. Yeah, one of the most, as I told, my best innovation is this last fair value gap. I think a lot of you will argue with me, but I really would love to say this last fair value gap has given me a lot of understanding about this market, a lot of understanding about this market. But it can be different for you guys. But yeah, guys, at least this time give me the likes, guys, please. Hey Judy, thank you for the boom, brother. John Vikings, Big John Vikings, thank you, man. Sharada, thank you. Hey team, thank you, man. Hey Nish, thank you, man. Wow, a lot of new name, by the way. Monty Carlos, thank you, man. Muhammad, thank you. Muhammad Alipur, okay, Muhammad Ismailpur, Ismailpur. Ah man, my English. Hey Sophia, you got the entry? Congratulations, sister. Let one runner to go for the sell side liquidity. One runner to go for the sell. Thank you, Dora. Dora, did you get that entry, sister? Is it? Thank you, man. Alex, obrigado, amigo. No, no faz mal, no faz mal. Boom, thank you, Dora. Audrey, thank you, man. Hamad, we got the move back up and stop trading or lose it all. Absolutely, that's yeah, that is the point. You got the boom, stop trading. Just stop trading. Done. It's done. Enough. By the way, this is my new sell. See this gap has been traded over here. Please don't take that trade anymore. It's done, okay? So please no need to take any other entry. But if I miss that trade, I would go for that trade actually. Sorry. Oh, it's gonna be a bit long stop loss. That could be my new sell from this reclaimed inverse fair value gap, AVZ. Same entry here. See, I'm gonna cut all of these candles. These candles never appeared on the chart. All of these candles never been over there. Think like that way. Reclaimed inverse gap. I'm not going to take it, please. After framing a winning trade, I'm not interested to take another risk over here. I'll have to wait a bit more over here. Done for the day. Kudos. Hey, thank you, brother. Very good trade, brother. Thank you so much. Bro, will you explain how you thought it could be sell on that point, last fair value gap? No, I didn't know that it is going to fall from this last fair value gap or not. I need the confirmation. So I waited for the order block to be appeared on the chart, and I have seen see this leg over here, new leg. I was predicting this market will fall at least until the equilibrium. When it came to this lower quadrant or the deep discounted area, I'm gonna be very much confident to take the sell from here by believing that market is going to clear at least this low over here, that low. More importantly, that relatively equal low. So here when it traded this last fair value gap, I never knew that it is going to fall. Never ever. I waited for the confirmation. Confirmation is the order block. When I have seen the order block has been traded, that is my selling opportunity. After trading that order block over here, not here, okay, it didn't take my entry here, it has taken my entry over there. I just don't know why. However, when this bullish fair value gap appeared on the chart after trading the upper quadrant of that range, low to high. This is the range. So when it has traded the upper quadrant, it doesn't need to come until the 50%. It can simply start to reverse from there, right? And take at least these highs. Where is my stop loss? Or this high, which is the extreme high for today. It can go anywhere over there. I have to observe this gap. If market failed to close, sorry, if market close below this gap, this is gonna be one of the best inverse gap to take re-entry or adding more over there from this gap for at least until this low, which is gonna be the manipulation. Market has to do the manipulation, as I told. No buy is valid for me until the manipulation. So all I'm going to do, I'm trying to catch the run from this order block until the most obvious area. Sorry, not until, uh, till here. Okay, till here. I'm gonna take the sell. So I'll take the partial over here and then put my stop loss to the break even. Let the run go. If it keep falling, I'll hold the trade. I'll hold the trade. I'll keep going with the trade. This trade from here, I'll take the entry here. The stop loss will be above this area. I'll cover this gap over here. More importantly, this gap should be covered because above this candle, here is this gap. It is extremely important gap. However, if I get stopped out over here, I'll patiently wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. What for? What I will wait? I will wait to see if this market really would love to go higher. How I'm going to do? This gap is gonna be very important to me next time without clearing this liquidity. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just saying market is bearish. So I'm predicting this market will keep falling and take the liquidity. By the way, another random. I love this randomness. Last fair value gap, last fair value gap. Tap here, tap here, tap here, here, here. Randomness from this gap. See? Just above this sell side liquidity. This is the sell side liquidity. Above this sell side liquidity, this is that random fair value gap. Study this random fair value gap, brother. A lot of things will be clear. So, for example, if this market doesn't fall, didn't clear this sell side liquidity, I just don't know how far it will go higher before falling again. According to the premium and discount, it should fall now or it should consolidate. Keep consolidating for the rest of the time. It should consolidate. Now, how do I know that it's not interested to fall anymore? I have to let all this run go until this is not going to close above this gap. Which gap? Remember, at the beginning, this gap was very important to you. Very important to you. Tap to this gap. Market keep going higher. Take that high. Take that high. It didn't happen. It didn't happen over here. So when it didn't happen, this gap is very important for you, right? This was the only bullish period that could stop the market, send the market higher. So ask yourself, which period is important for you? Is this kind of a gap that is going to tell you that I'm very important, or is this gonna a gap that is telling you like uh, I'm used? Okay, I'm used. For example, this gap has been used. Market tap here, take the liquidity. It's used. I don't need to give the priority to this gap anymore. Something like that, guys. I mean, it will be easily understandable when you will keep listening to me because I keep showing you the same thing again and again. But the problem is you don't focus on the specific criteria I keep explaining. Remember, I'm not bullish in here. I'm just expecting this will keep falling and clear that sell side liquidity. But I will look for the buy again if it close above this gap. If it close above this gap, I will start to look for buy again. Until then, I will keep waiting for a selling opportunity. Take the sell here, cover this gap. Look at this gap. Gap appeared just above this candle, which has validated this inverse gap, like reclaimed gap. It closed. Sorry, it closed here. I'll tap. I'll take the sell here from this gap. Now, to be honest, where should be my stop loss? Above this high, above that candle high, which I'm not able to do that. So what I will do, I'll put it here around this area. Again, this is my tight stop loss, so I will get stopped out over here. After getting stopped out around this area, I'll wait this market to close below this first presented gap one more time. One more time. When it will close below this, wherever it will close, I'll take re-entry with so much confidence that this time it's going to work. Stop loss is going to be the same area and going to target over whatever it is. But if I go with the wider stop loss, at this, just above that candle which has made this fair value gap. Not getting stopped out over here. But I don't like this because if I'm wrong, I'm gonna get a huge loss. So instead of that huge loss, I'm going with the extreme area, which is the constant encroachment of this gap as well as the equilibrium of this leg. So I'm gonna go for that extreme area by my stop loss. If I'm bad luck, I have bad luck. Quick will did the damage. If I'm not, I don't have the bad luck, I'm gonna survive over here. On February, you will never say I got stopped out over here. But right now, bit difficult. However, guys, I think it's enough for today. Uh, I really don't know how did you do, but I have done good job. I've done a good job. First, I have failed to take that buy and sell, so frame a sell here, partial, and sell here, partial plus profit. So I think I've done a good job. If you did something wrong, let me know. I would love to close the stream. I'm really so excited to bring my camera today. I really would love to go, guys. If you have any question, let me know. And I successfully framed to trade. So I will give you 5 more minutes, okay? 5 more minutes. If you have any question, let me know. Good job. Thank you, Shajit. Where are you from, brother? Hey, Sophia. Thank you so much, sister. So excited. But I'm also. It's too expensive, sister. It's too expensive. Why it's too expensive? I was thinking about RF 100 to 500 millimeter lens. It's gonna cost 3,000 euro. Oh, come on. That was my dream lens, I think. Too expensive. Look, what I told when this was going higher, I never said that I'm bullish. I told that if it close above this gap, then and only then I will think about a buy. Otherwise, every time it will fall. First of all, if my stop loss is here, I'm not getting stopped out. I know that perfectly. Even if I get stopped out over here, this candle will close here. Wherever it is going to close, I'm gonna push the button over here. For example, it has closed here. Okay, something here. I'm already in the trade. Stop loss above that high, just above that high. Target this also liquidity maybe. Okay, over here, not that high. Sorry, 50% of this area, percent of that area. Taking the entry over here when the candle has closed. I'm already in the trade. I'm not going to wait for to retest this gap or something. No, 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 nothing. It closed. I'm already in the trade. We'll go for partial, maybe 1:1, whatever it is. We'll for the partial, but just yeah, partial target, target, target. Not interested to think about this is going higher, higher. So when it was going higher, I was not looking at this run. I was not thinking this is going higher. It is going higher. I'm letting them go. I'm letting them go. I'm letting them go. And then finally got the opportunity, take the sell. Same here. When it is going higher, I'm not interested to see it will keep going higher. But of course, it can keep going higher. If it keep going higher, I'm not gonna miss that run. I'm gonna catch it from here. But if it doesn't keep going higher, of course, which is my expectation, I'm gonna take the sell from here. Sorry, from here again, go for this trade. Now please don't copy the trade. I'll just let this go. I'm going to close the stream, but as I ask you, uh, if you have any question, please let me know. It's a good time to chit chat a bit, okay? Again, ICT was with us last Friday. I wish we'll get him again one more time, and the next time when we are going to get ICT, every one of you please welcome him so that he feels like okay, this is the area I should come. Okay, some kind of we are going to give him the bribe. What about the top of the hour Judas swing potential right now? Top of the hour Judas swing, yeah. Uh, the run, I think the run has done over here. I think so. I mean, I'm bearish to be honest, but the run could go, could go. Top of the hour Judas swing is not going to happen always, but sister, always remember at the top of the hour, sometimes you're going to get the wrong run. So at the beginning of the run, so at the beginning of at the top of the hour, most of the time it's the wrong run or the fake run. It doesn't mean it is going to help you according to your bias. So if you are expecting this market is going higher and you are seeing this, then you will see, okay, all of these are Judas swing. So depending all of the price action, you are going to add that information. As I'm looking for sell, I have seen that this is 11 candle market open, did the wrong manipulation over here by these two candle. Look at these two candle, did the manipulation here. This is the expansion. How far? Until the liquidity, 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 liquidity. So here the manipulation happened already over there. Came, closed, trade, boom, something like that. You're from UK but Bangladeshi. ভাই আপনি বাঙালি? সজীব ভাই, কেমন আছেন ভাই? সজীব ভাই, সজীব ভাই, সজীব ভাই। Thank you, Tamim, for sharing our Discord. If any of you are interested to join our Discord, please use that link. It's absolutely free. This guy is absolutely free of cost. So you guys can check him out, okay? Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. I love you. I love you too, Muhammad. Where are you from, brother? I'm seeing your name as a new name. Monty Carlos. You are Indian? Okay, no problem, brother. We have a lot of Indian friend over here. I think our community is full of different type of people or different kind of area from very different area of the world. Have a lot of people from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, UK, USA, Canada, Australia, Europe, Portugal, Germany, Denmark as well. One of my brothers from Denmark, Philippines, Sri Lanka. Look what it is telling. What it is telling this candle. What it is telling. This market came here, the low of this gap. Now it's the first presented gap. I agree with you, brother. But just observe the way I have shown this gap to you at the beginning. Don't look at this as a first presented gap. The real gap that's gonna determine the increase. Here, a bit manipulation until this gap, which is a very important gap, above this candle, which has validated this as an inverse gap, reclaimed gap. Above this reclaimed gap candles, here is a gap. So this market came here. The bodies respected the concurrent crossment, go until here, fall until the concurrent crossment, top of the hour sent the market below or the until the sorry from the low. How do I use until? Okay, whatever. It came here, rejected from there, closed below this gap, fall a bit, traded this order block, down close, body close candle, order block. If I go for the min threshold, I believe it has traded the min threshold of this order block. No, it actually failed to close, I mean, trade the min threshold of this order block. Instead of that, trade that order block, go back again, tick by tick the concurrent crossment, fall dramatically. Highest up close body close candle is one of the best order block. This candle is one of the best order block. Trade the order block, will keep falling. Just I will observe this candle right now. Can it hold the market, send it lower? This is the most important candle to me right now. Exactly to this candle. I don't want to see the high of this candle is gonna be blown. Sorry. বাঙালি কেউ কি আইসিটি কনসেপ্টস ট্রেডিং করতে দেখে, ও আচ্ছা, কাউকে ট্রেডিং করতে দেখে অনেক ভালো লাগছে। ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ ভাই। ফ্রম পাকিস্তান। Muhammad, you're from Pakistan. That's cool, brother. Welcome to our community, brother. অনেক কিছু শেখার আছে আপনার থেকে। I just don't know, brother. I'm not a teacher. I keep saying that. I'm just a friend, a brother. I'm learning with you. That's all I know. I don't think so. You have something to learn from me. I I will say you should. You already know everything. You already know everything. You are just not able to connect the dots. I'm doing here. I'm trying to connect the dots. That's gonna help you to utilize your knowledge, whatever knowledge you have according to these concepts. You are going to utilize that knowledge over here. Just not going to be overwhelmed by that run, or that run. Not going to be overwhelmed. Instead of that, you are going to use the PDRS in a perfect way to understand, should I go for sell, should I go for buy, should I, how long I can look for that sell, how long I can look for that buy, or all of this stuff. Okay. Opening a candle, closing a candle has thousands of differences. So opening a candle means this is a volume imbalance. So market fall again, it's trading this liquidity void over here. This candle open, this candle close. This is a liquidity void area. So I would love to add this liquidity void over here around this area. Draw your attention now. I'm not good at using volume imbalance. I really don't know how to use this volume imbalance. But if you count that volume imbalance over here, you'll be able to see that this market came here and then respecting this volume imbalance over here, went higher, took that order block high. That means this order block has been blown. Now, if I were in this trade, the first thing I would have done, I would start to think when I can move my stop loss lower, because the order block has been broken, until it's not going to build another order block or the bearish order block. That could be my first thinking in my mind when I've seen the order block has been blown. Again, please don't take this trade. We're just doing it at the end of the session. We're just observing this market before closing it. How I pass my funded account if I'm a beginner. If you are a beginner, first you have to practice, brother. Sorry to say. I mean, I can't give you some kind of false hope. If you are a beginner, or if you have experience less than 6 months for these ICT concepts, I think you should do a lot of paper trading instead of funded trade, or if you're looking for kind of prop from accounts or something like that, you should start the paper trading. Just a personal opinion, brother. I don't want to discourage you. Just my opinion. At the same time, if you really would love to feel the market, then you have to wait for some prop firm to give the highest discount. For example, Apex has the highest discount, 90%, which is gonna cost 19 $20 only. You can just feel the market by spending $20, something like that. Okay. I didn't like this candle at all, because this candle should not work like that way. Just went too far, came back again, the low of this gap, which is absolutely absurd to me. I didn't want to see not even a single body to close above this constant encroachment of this first presented gap, or whatever this gap is. But when it has closed above this gap, it's really disaster. The first time I will get an opportunity, I will move my stop loss. I would move my stop loss. Please don't take this trade as I told at the beginning, okay? Because we have framed a beautiful two trades. We don't need to go for every single leg. If I missed this, maybe I would go for this trade. But as we have framed that trade, I don't need to catch that run as well. Yeah, thank you so much. I don't think so you have any other question for today. Just keep looking for these sell side liquidities. They're really so beautiful, very juicy to me. I really appreciate this market to catch that sell side liquidities before going higher. Again, I can be wrong because my bias was bullish, but when it fall until here and then respected this last fair value gap, I really don't think so. Market will go higher and clear that high before clearing these lows. Now, of course, it can happen. This market can keep going higher and clear that high as well, but I don't think so. It's a good idea. Think about the buy instead of clearing this sell side liquidities. So I really appreciate if you guys keep looking for a selling opportunity until these liquidities are not taken. Okay, and yep, that's all. For example, this candle will close below the constant crossment. I'll move my stop loss above that candle, when it will close below this constant crossment. So maybe my stop loss would be here somewhere, okay, around this area. If I see this candle closed below this constant crossment, I would immediately move my stop loss from there to there, kind of how many handle? Like 17 handle, okay? So from 24 handle, I would go for this 17 handle. After closing the candle below this in first, this gap, okay? Not before closing. It has to close below this constant crossment at first, then I would move my stop loss. If it can close below this volume imbalance around here, maybe that is a good opportunity to move the stop loss. As I told you before, I really don't know how to use this volume imbalance, so I'm not going to use this volume imbalance for trailing my stop loss. Instead of that, I will wait for a fair value gap, which is first fair value gap, which is the breakaway gap, second fair value gap, which is going to be the entry gap. So when this market will build another gap over here, I'll move my stop loss above this constant crossment of this first presented gap. Okay, so something like this right now over here, and then when it will build another gap over there, I'll move my stop loss around this area above this constant crossment. We'll hold the trade at first for 1:1 partial around here, and then we'll go for this liquidity, and then we'll go for this liquidity, and then we'll go for this liquidity. I don't need to say this market has cleared all this liquidity. All I need to see, if it can clear this liquidity, that's more than enough for me to be profitable, even if I took the first as a losing trade. So at the beginning, if I take that sell, just for the sake of this conversation, I took that sell, and if I put my stop loss in the logical level, I never going to get stopped out. Just keep watching it above this candle, because this candle has validated this gap as an inverse gap. Above this candle there is another gap. This gap is always very important gap, so I have to cover either this gap, or the best case of scenario, the candle has built this gap. So if I put it here, which is kind of 29 handle, I really don't want to take that risk, because if I'm wrong, I'll get stopped out. So I'll go for the most logical level, which is here, which is above the constant crossment, kind of 21 handle loss. Okay, so I will take that 21 handle loss. I'll re-entry over here, not going to wait to retest this gap. This is not valid. I'm not interested to retest this gap over here. Wherever it has closed, open, went a bit higher, I'm already in a trade. From here, 24 handle stop loss, we'll go for a 24 handle, like 24 handle partial, 1:1 partial, by moving the stop loss around here, around this area. First here, and then move it to this area, around this area. Okay, one gap, two gap. Should work with this gap now. Should not come to this gap, because it should work as a breakaway gap. If it come to this gap, it means there is 99% possibility this market is a bullish, not bearish market. So I don't want to see it will trade this breakaway gap. The stop loss will be here, okay, just a bit above the constant crossment. It should not even come to this breakaway gap, but just for the precaution, because this is December, just cover the constant crossment over here. We will wait for this market to close below this gap, which is the last gap, fake breakout here. Just one candle closed here a bit, kind of a bit below, fake breakout, confirmation of the breakout, sell side liquidity. If I miss the trade over here, when the market is going to close below this gap, I'm going to take the sell from here. Stop loss is going to be the same logical way. The candle is going to build this inverse gap as a valid gap. If there is another gap above this gap, I'll put it above this area. Target is gonna be this sell side liquidity, and then that sell side liquidity, that sell side liquidity, like this way. This last gap is gonna be very important to me right now, because it has the sell side liquidity containing below this fair value gap. So it's a very important fair value gap too. Even if I miss the trade over here, I would go for the trade over here. First, I would love to take the entry from here. If I miss it from here, that's gonna be my next entry. If I get stopped out here, that's gonna be my next entry or re-entry. If I miss this trade, sometimes I miss it, okay, because when I see it closed way too far from this gap and I'm not able to take re-entry over here, then I wait for this market to close below this last fair value gap to frame my entry from this last fair value gap until this liquidity. More importantly, if there is any other liquidity over here, until that liquidity. So this is all of the opportunities I could go with this market, depending on the situation, depending on the price action, depending on the bias, depending on the high time frame PDRS, or depending on the time, when which time I'm going to trade. Um, Overall, this is all okay. I mean, overall, this is all. I mean, I just don't know how to make all of these things aligned in a line. I'm just trying to explain with the price action. And this is the same thing that is going to happen every single day. It's not something like different thing is going to happen. Sometimes shit happens like this is unexpected to me. It should not happen like this way. Even if it go over here, I really appreciate it. I would love to see the bodies are here. We came until the consequent crossment. It is the best case of scenario. Then these candles, it should not appear on the chart like this way when it has already violated this area one time. It should not do that two times. This is the third time. First, second, third. The third time it has violated this gap. It should not do that. First time, absolutely acceptable. Second time, a very rare case, but acceptable. Third time, never acceptable. It should not be there. I can't put my stop loss over there anymore. It it's forbidden to me. I can't do that. So whenever I'll get the opportunity, I have to move the stop loss over here. And when I put it over here, I'll just need to see if it can close below this low, which is the origin low of all of this price action, right? The new leg, this low has cleared that low, that low, that low, that low. All of these lows has been cleared over here. This high, even though it didn't clear any highs, but this you can see all of these price actions are inside this specific small leg. So when it is aligned with the lower quadrant, which I'm going to show you right now, the low and the high, when it came to the lower quadrant as well as the upper quadrant, there is a highly probability this will go for this type of scenario, like this type of scenario, this type of scenario. And then finally, this is the highest probable thing. There is lower probability market will go for this high. This is the lowest probable thing this market can do to if it really would if it really would love to fall. This is the lowest probable thing can happen. Market is has cleared that high before clearing this low. This is the lowest probable thing. Again, sometimes shit happens, but you can just observe this market to understand all of this price action. Look, when it was going higher, I was not talking about the moving stop loss. Stop loss was absolutely fine over there. But when this appeared on the chart, stop loss here, not acceptable. I have to put the stop loss above this area. Now, more importantly, above the 50% of this gap, that 50%. But as I have seen a kind of breakaway gap over here, I immediately decide, okay, just cover the 50% of this breakaway gap. Just the cover 50% of the breakaway gap. So what I have done, I moved my stop loss from 20 handle to 11 handle. So even if it is a losing trade, I'm gonna lose 1100 only. Now, what is the benefit of trailing stop loss? Sometimes I trail my stop loss, not sometimes, a lot of the times I trail my stop loss and I actually recover, or I actually uh, mitigate all of lot of losing trade. That means it was a 24 handle loss. I mitigated it for 11 handle. So if I get stopped out here and then market come here, stop, I see that market came here. I already got stopped out here. So I have mitigated that 13 handle. Sometimes what happens, it just stop me out and then keep falling. So it's very rare, okay, but sometimes it happens. And when it happens, I don't just regret. I keep holding these things, like these things, not the trade. I keep it over there. I see, okay, if why I moved the stop loss and what is the reason? Can I get any re-entry opportunity or not? Or is that good to let this market go over here because it's consolidating, or all of these things, depending on the premium discounts area? Just keep them on my understanding until I'm not getting something clean. However, guys, this is the ending of the streaming for today. I hope you got something, and this is really not a good price action, trust me. This is just consolidating around the same area, but just remember this market has more probability to clear the sell side liquidity rather than clearing that highs, a high or that high or that high. Okay, so all of these highs can be cleared, but I prefer this market to clear all of these lows at first, and then it can start to go for the buy side liquidity. Again, we'll see tomorrow if it how it is going to work. But today's stream, I hope there was something you really learned from here. If you didn't, I'm so sorry, but if you really learned something, don't forget to push the like button and subscribe to our channel if you are new. Until the next time, cheers, guys.